letter from the Gantry.
Thanks, Neil. As I write, we've reached pretty much the halfway stage in the FIFA Club World Cup. From being heavily criticised for its very conception, the inception has been greeted with more warmth. The first round of 16 matches produced average crowds of around 35,000. Enthusiastic support for all 32 teams, fans from within the USA and those who travelled from further afield. My base in Philadelphia now seems very appropriate, the very city where the founding fathers drew up and signed the American Declaration of Independence. There is a foundation element about this Club World Cup. FIFA see it very much as a beginning, rather than the latest version of tournaments over the last 20 years, which have borne the same name. Philadelphia is also known as the city of brotherly love, and all sections of this supporting sporting society have revelled in each other's company, a reminder that football is a global force for good can never have been more timely. In chronological order, Flamengo from Brazil, Esperance from Tunisia, Wydad from Morocco, the Premier League's Manchester City and Chelsea, and Juventus from Serie A have been so far part of this Philadelphia story. Real Madrid and RB Salzburg still to come, and then there will be 2 matches in the knockout stages. The stadium, Lincoln Financial Field, is home to the latest NFL Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. If Manchester City had been wary of those signs, you would have understood in their previous fixture they'd been beaten by England's Eagles, Crystal Palace, of course, in the FA Cup final. But there were no signs of misgiving as they went 1-0 up against Wydad inside 2 minutes. Foden on target, and you know me well enough. I couldn't resist. Phil in Philly. The night before, Bernardo Silva addressed the media in his new capacity as City's captain, not as in the past chosen by the players, this time by Pep himself. From the risk of fatigue to his own future and on to Erling Haaland's difficulties in the sunbathing department, he spoke honestly and objectively and humorously, all in a second language, of course. He will wear the armband with distinction. Both Premier League teams had a player sent off on my watch. City's Rico Lewis went for an out-and-control sliding tackle, clumsy rather than calculated and cynical. The same did not apply to Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson, who changed feet to raise a boot at Flamengo's Ayrton Lucas. A suspension now here to set alongside the ban he's still serving in the Premier League. Jokes about getting the wrong card on his birthday didn't wash with me. At 24 now, he should know better. That concluded a disastrous spell for Enzo Maresca's men, who went from 1-0 up to 2-1 down and a man down in 6 minutes. Jackson had come on as a substitute after the equaliser, and what was an introduction designed to push for victory ended almost instantly as an indication of defeat. The Flamengo coach is ironically a former Chelsea player, Felipe Luis. The Brazilian had just 1 season at Stamford Bridge 10 years ago, which he remembers fondly. Though at left back, he couldn't oust Cesar Azpilicueta to become a regular. But his short stay did earn a Premier League winners' medal and an involvement in a League Cup success. Against his old club, his substitutions gave him the most satisfaction on the night. As successful as one Chelsea change was disastrous. 34-year-old Bruno Henrique scored the equaliser and set up the second. And another bonus from the bench came from Wallace Jan, who's only 20. He wrapped it up at 3-1. Gianni Infantino, the architect of this tournament, is so motivated by what he's seen in the past week and a half that he has boldly backed football to become the #1 sport in the USA in 3 years. That is quite a call. But there is certainly room for more. And Infantino also added that promotion and relegation, a component that has no place in American professional sports, should be introduced. If that happens, it would rival Rocky Balboa's fictional triumph against the odds in the boxing ring. Gianni might have been in Philadelphia recently, and the steps Rocky ran up and the Statue of Triumph are just a few blocks away from here. If you are ready for a challenge, there could hardly be any better inspiration.